noticed from the video length, we've got something a bit different. Still not a deck showcase, but rather, I don't know why I'm pretending you don't know. You've read the title. We've got ourselves a booster box of Streets of New Capenna. This is one of those sets that most Magic players kind of seem to dislike. I am rather fond of it personally. I like the Art Deco thing. I like the factions. I adore the gilded foils, which I'm hoping to pull some. I don't know what the pull rates are on them, but I'm hoping to get a few. But if I don't, then that's fine too. I'm mostly just here to have some fun opening packs today. Let me grab my trusty scissors. And just create an opening here. That'll do. And I'm probably going to edit this next part to be a bit quieter because I imagine it's going to sound terrible. So you can get a better look at it. Right. Probably cut there for a moment. I had to cough and the cutting it open was a bit difficult. But here it is. Gala Greeters. Gorgeous artwork on that. Lovely borderless treatment on it. I would prefer it to be non-foil, honestly. The foil doesn't really add much to this, but it is what it is. Let's get that thing sleeved up in a perfect fit sleeve and put it aside for the time being. I'll get this off screen because it's going to take up way too much room otherwise. I'm going to make a pile of things I think are cool. Alright, our first pack. Let's get going. Alright, I don't know what the order is, if they have the rare and stuff at the front or the back. We'll find out. Well, first of all, we can look at just our devil token here. Let me lock the focus. Interesting. I wonder which cards make this. I don't think I'm familiar with this token at all. Intriguing. Alright, we have an art card, I guess. I believe this is Obscura Charm, but don't quote me on it. Gotta make a pile for art cards. I don't think I'm gonna have enough room on camera here to sort these properly, but we'll see what happens. And a basic first. Really cool art on that. Alright, a little more room to put that there. And then we can get those back in frame just so you know it's still there. We have a Dapper Shield Mate. It's a 2/2 human soldier for 3 and white. And when it enters with a shield counter, which means that if it would be dealt damage or be destroyed, you remove the shield counter instead. And while it's your turn, it gets +2/+0. Say it with me, everyone. That seems decent and limited. Alright, I'm just gonna put the comments over here off screen for the time being. We've got a Civic Gardener. a 2/2 human citizen for 1 and a green, and when it attacks you can untap target creature or land. Yeah, I mean, simple, basic, bear with upside. Also, if you're curious, I'm probably not going to be reading out every card for the entire booster box, because I don't want this video to be 3 hours long. But for the start, we can do it until I stop feeling like it's necessary or interesting. We have a civil servant, a 2/3 cat citizen for green and white, and when it attacks you may tap another untapped citizen you control, and if you do it gets +1/+0 and lifelink until end of turn. That seems quite strong. Again, mostly thinking about limited, but honestly this seems fine in Commander. We've got a Gathering Throng, a 3/1 human citizen for 2 and a white, and when it enters the battlefield you may search your library for any number of cards with the same name, reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle. So flavorfully, I think that's pretty cool. You know, you've got them gathering. And we've had a card quite similar to this in, I think, the Ixalan video. Don't think this is particularly useful. We have a little chat. An instant for 1 and a blue with casualty 1, which means that when you cast it, you may sacrifice a creature with power 1 or greater. And if you do that, you get to copy this spell. Look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the other on the bottom of your library. So this is basically a cantrip with some mild card selection. That's not bad. Oh, cool. An offer you can't refuse. An instant for 1 blue. Counter target non-creature spell. Its controller creates 2 treasure tokens. This is a 1 mana counter spell, and that is really strong. I think this might be the best, most valuable, most playable uncommon in the set. So I'm going to put that over here. Guess we're going to call that the pile of good stuff. We've got Sleep with the Fishes, an enchantment aura for 2 blue. Enchant creature. When Sleep with the Fishes enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature, and you create a 1/1 blue fish creature token with this creature can't be blocked. And the enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. That seems a little bit overpriced for what it does, but it's not terrible. And it has what I would consider pretty cool art. This fish design appears a few times across New Capenna, and I think it's quite pretty. Next up should be a rare. Nope, never mind. It's another uncommon. A Dusk Mangler, a 5/4 horror for 5 black. As an additional cost to cast the spell, sacrifice a creature, discard a card, or pay 4 life. And when this enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature, discards a card, and loses 4 life. That seems pretty strong, especially for Commander, where you have 3 opponents, so the effect is tripled. Plus, sacrificing a creature, discarding a card, and even paying a life as an additional cost. In the right deck, that's just another upside. This is pretty neat. I might consider putting this in a deck of mine, to be honest. So I'll put it in here, in the cool stuff pile. Okay, and then we get a Showcase Frame card. This is the frame that they use for the gilded foils. Spara's Adjudicators, a 4/4 cat citizen for 2 green, white, blue. When it enters the battlefield, target creature and opponent controls can't attack or block until your next turn. Or you can pay 2 and exile this card from your hand to give target land the ability to tap for green, white, or blue until Spara's Adjudicators is cast from exile. And you may cast it from exile as long as it's exiled. So, not sure it's a great card, but not to become a broken record, but decent and limited, I would assume. And a rare, is Rigo, Streetwise Mentor, a 2/2 legendary cat citizen with some split mana costs. So you got a green-white, a white, and a white-blue. And when Rigo enters the battlefield, Rigo enters with a shield counter. And whenever you attack a player or planeswalker with one or more creatures with power 1 or less, draw a card. I'm sure this is someone's commander. Oh, we've got a foil Broker's Veteran. Oh, look at that. The watermark, the way it shines. I love foil cards with watermarks on them. They are so pretty. It is a 2/1 human soldier for 1 and a blue, and when it dies, put a shield counter on target creature you control. I mean, that seems solid. Shield counters are useful, I suppose. Gonna put that in the big pile of stuff. These packs are nice and easy to open. We have a green-white citizen token and an ad for Friday Night Magic. Yeah, that barely happens these days. I guess we have an art card in every pack. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at that. That is cool artwork. Very cool. What card is that? Sanctuary Warden by everyone's favorite, Johannes Voss. My favorite, anyway. I'd say probably top 5 artist for me. I've supported several of his Kickstarters. Very cool. Happy with that as an art card. We have a basic island. Rakish Revelers, 5/3 Elf Druid Rogue for 2 red, green, white. When it enters, you create a 1/1 green white citizen. Oh, look at that. And then it has the same effect as the other card from the previous pack, where you can exile it from your hand to make one of your lands into a triome. Interesting. Are we in focus here? We are now. We've got Razor's Ring, a non-basic land that enters tapped, taps for red or green, or you can pay 2 red-green and tap it and sacrifice it to draw a card. I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably not a strong card. We have Gold Hound, a 1/1 artifact creature treasure dog. For 1 red, you get a first strike menace creature that you can tap and sacrifice to add 1 mana of any color. I mean, as far as commons go, this does a lot. 1 mana 1/1 with 2 good keywords that make it basically unblockable. That's solid, and you can sacrifice it for mana, and it activates artifact synergies. That's probably pretty solid. And then we've got a Chrome Cat, a 3/2 artifact creature cat for 3 mana. When it enters the battlefield, you scry 1. I mean, it's fine. Go in any limited deck. If you're drafting, you're just gonna be able to pick this no matter what, and it's gonna be okay. We've got the Cement Shoes. That's an artifact equipment for 1 mana. You can equip it for 2, and the equipped creature gets +3/+3, and has at the beginning of your next end step tap this creature, and the equipped creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Considering you can only equip creatures you control, this doesn't seem that useful to me. We have a Tavern Swindler, a 2/2 human rogue for 1 and a black. And you can tap it, pay 3 life to flip a coin, and if you win the flip, you gain 6 life. Let's go gambling. We have Psychic Pickpocket, a 3/2 Cephalid rogue for 4 and blue, and when it enters the battlefield, it connives. When it connives, return up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So you get to connive, which is a very underrated keyword in my opinion. Conniving basically just means you draw a card, and then you discard a card, and if the card you discard is a non-land, you put a +1/+1 counter on the creature. It's really good, and I think it's underrated definitely in Commander, probably in other formats as well. So this is removal, and it draws you a card. You also got a discard, but frankly, in the right deck, that is an upside. That seems pretty solid. There we go. There's the fish I was talking about. Exotic pets, which is somehow not a creature. So I think this should probably be called Buy Exotic Pets. It's an instant for 1 white and a blue that makes 2 unblockable blue 1/1 fish. For each kind of counter among creatures you control, put a counter of that kind on either of those tokens. In the right deck, probably playable. We've got another showcase frame here. Nimble Larcenist, a 2/1 bird rogue for white, blue, black with flying. And when it enters the battlefield, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose an artifact, instant, or sorcery card from it and exile that card. I guess that's fine. Our rare is Depopulate, a sorcery for 2 white. Each player who controls a multicolored creature draws a card, then destroy all creatures. That's pretty strong. I think I'm putting that in the cool stuff pile. And then we've got a Botanical Plaza foil, which I think this is probably a cycle, because we've had the red-green one that does the same thing. Enters tapped, taps for either color, and then you can pay 2 and green-white, tap and sack it to draw a card. So I guess there's probably a cycle for each of the factions in New Capenna. Let me make some room more here. These packs are nice and easy to open. Other than that, we've got shield counters, since they seem to be a pretty common mechanic, and +1/+1 counters, which you can just punch out of this. I think this is a cool bit of technology they've discovered. Alright, our art card is Henzi Toolbox Torre, a very popular commander. I actually have a commander deck of Henzi as well. Pretty neat to get that. We have a full art swamp. I guess we'll make another pile for the full art basics. We've got a For the Family. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control 4 or more creatures, that creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn instead. So it's conditionally a better or worse giant growth. That's pretty neat. We have a Speakeasy Server. Just piling my cards a bit near over here. This is one of the things I like about this set. It's just the setting is so early 20th century New York. And I think that's really cool as an inspiration for a Magic setting. It's a 3/3 bird citizen for 4 and a white with flying. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each other creature you control. Not great, but probably playable enough and limited. We have Revel Ruiner, a 3/1 Cephalid Rogue for 3 and a black with Menace, and when it enters, it connives. Solid enough. We have a Courier's Briefcase, an artifact treasure for 1 and a green. When it enters, you create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token, and you can tap and sacrifice Courier's Briefcase to add 1 mana of any color, because it is a treasure. And for Wooburg, tap and sacrifice the briefcase, draw 3 cards. I mean, that seems alright. We've got Ballroom Brawlers, a 3/5 human warrior for 3 white. When it enters, it and up to 1 other target creature you control both gain your choice of first strike or lifelink until end of turn. It's a little below rate with the stats, but the flexibility seems quite strong. We have Arc Spitter, a 1 mana equipment that equips for 1. Apologies for the jump cut there. I don't know what happened to my phone there. Something weird. Anyway, Arc Spitter, a 1-mana equipment that you equip for 1, and the equipped creature has pay 1 mana. This creature deals 1 damage to target creature that's blocking it. That seems a little underpowered. Now we've got Elegant Entourage, a 4/4 Elf Druid for 4 and a green with Alliance, which means Alliance is basically just when another creature enters the battlefield, do a thing. It's essentially landfall for creatures. And in this case, when a creature enters under your control, target creature other than this one gets +1/+1 and trample until end of turn. I mean, again, fine if you're drafting. 4 mana, 4/4 with an upside. That's pretty cool. Then we've got Showcase Botanical Plaza, a card we've seen before. Still think it's pretty weak, but the art on it is absolutely gorgeous. It's this wonderfully stylized Art Deco cityscape. I absolutely adore this style. Then we've got a Crew Captain, a 4/2 Human Warrior for black, red, and green. It has haste, and it's got indestructible on the turn that it entered the battlefield. Just a pretty effective hasty beater there. Next up should be a rare, I believe. Topiary Stomper, old friend of mine. A 4/4 plant dinosaur for 1 green with vigilance. And when it enters the battlefield, you basically cast Rampant Growth, search for basic, put it on the battlefield tapped. And the Stomper can attack or block unless you control 7 or more lands. I think this is a really neat card. Next up is a foil. Psychic Pickpocket. Another cool card with a pretty watermark on it that catches the light really nicely. Have we seen this card before? Yes, we have. Alright. There's no token at the back. I believe that means we're getting a pull from the list. We have a gorgeous art card of Paragon of Modernity. That is, I mean, it's pretty art. I just don't know what to do with art cards. Basic Swamp, quite cool with the submerged statue here. That's very nice. And then we have an Exhibition Magician, a 2/1 Human Wizard for 2 and a red. And when it enters, choose 1. Create a 1/1 green-white citizen creature token. These seem to be quite relevant in the set. Or you create a treasure token. I mean, that's alright, I suppose. We've got Light 'em Up, a sorcery for 1 and a red with Casualty 2. Casualty meaning you sacrifice a creature with power X, where X is the number of casualty, and then you get to copy the spell. And Light 'em Up deals 2 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That is certainly a very weak version of Shock. We've got Witty Roastmaster. That is a banger common, honestly. It's a 3/2 Devil Citizen for 2 and a red with Alliance, so creature fall, effectively. When another creature enters under your control, Witty Roastmaster deals 1 damage to each opponent. In the right deck, this is going to deal a solid 6 or 7 damage per turn. I'm definitely putting that in the cool stuff pile. Pile is definitely the right term, the way it was spreading out there. Now we've got Brass Knuckles, a 4-mana artifact equipment that equips for 1. And when you cast it, you get to copy it, because, you know, Brass Knuckles come in pairs, I suppose. Equipped creature has double strike as long as 2 or more equipment are attached to it. That's very flavorful. I like that. And we have Refuse to Yield, an instant. Looks like there's dirt there. Odd. An instant for 1 and white. Target creature gets +2/+7 until end of turn. Untap it. That is a very big toughness boost. We have a Brazen Upstart, a 4/2 Elf Shaman for red, green, white. Vigilance, and when it dies, look at the top 5 cards of your library, and you may reveal a creature from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I mean, it's fine. You could put this in decks of these colors and have it not be terrible, I guess. We've got another Racer's Ring, this time in the showcase frame. A Broker's Charm, an instant for green, white, blue. Choose one. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. Or destroy target enchantment, or draw 2 cards. Decent, flexible, that's charm. 3 effects that you could probably see yourself using. We've got another showcase card, Masked Bandits, a 5/5 Raccoon Rogue for 3 black, green, red, not in that order, but whatever, with Vigilance and Menace. And it's another one of those that you can exile from your hand to turn a land into a trial. Interesting, that must be another cycle. Oh, nice. And we've got a mythic. Obnixilis the Adversary. For 1 black-red, you get a 3 loyalty planeswalker with Casualty X. Wow, okay, so you sacrifice creatures with any power, and then you make a non-legendary copy of this card that has loyalty equal to the power you sacrificed. That seems very strong already, regardless of what this actually does. You can +1 it to make each opponent lose 2 life unless they discard a card. If you control a demon or devil, you gain 2 life. I mean, that's alright. For -2, you get to create a 1/1 red devil creature. We've seen that one today. That deals 1 damage when it dies. Or for -7, target player draws 7 cards and loses 7 life. Grizzlebrand at home, I suppose. I mean, if you get Casualty with a starting loyalty of 7, this is going to be really good. Yeah, it's definitely going in the cool stuff pile. Oh, let's go. We have a foil Borderless Topiary Stomper. Oh, this is gorgeous. Wow. Same card as the one we already pulled, but way prettier. Again, it's got that Art Deco style. Big fan. And then lastly, we have Sidisi Undead Vizier from the list. So that was a pack with 2 rares and a mythic. That is quite the start. Sidisi is originally from Dragons of Tarkir, reprinted in the list here. It's a 4/7 legendary zombie Naga for 3 black with Death Touch and Exploit, which means that when it enters you can sacrifice a creature. That seems to kind of fit well with the theme of what black does in this set. And when Sidisi exploits a creature, you can tutor for any card. That is quite strong. I'm gonna put that in the cool stuff pile as well. These packs are nice and easy to open. What the heck is this? Oh, it's one of those mini-game things that they put in. That's going in the non-cards pile, along with the shield counters. Our art card is Fleetfoot Dancer. Okay. A basic mountain. Again, just really cool art. The basics in this set are very pretty. A nice cityscape with those classic Art Deco light beams. Very Metropolis, for any of you who've seen a movie nearly 100 years old. We have a Boon of Safety, an instant for 1 white, puts a shield counter on target creature and lets you scry 1. I mean, that's good protection for 1 mana. Yeah, that seems solid. We have a Backup Agent, a 1/1 human citizen for 1 and a white. When it enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So worst case, it puts the counter on itself, and you just get a 2 mana 2/2. Okay. Backstreet Bruiser, the 3/3 Cephalid Rogue for 1 and a blue. Okay, so it's a blue creature for 2 mana with 3/3. That's gotta have some kind of downside. Defender, there you go, that's your downside. As long as there are 2 or more counters among creatures you control, Backstreet Bruiser can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Okay, that seems pretty solid. We have Warm Welcome, an instant for 2 and a green. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order and create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. This token seems to be made by just about everything in the set. That's odd. We have a Citizen's Crowbar, an artifact equipment for 1 and white, equips for 2. When Citizen's Crowbar enters the battlefield, create a 1/1. There you go, again. And the equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has white, tap, sacrifice Citizen's Crowbar to destroy target artifact or enchantment. I mean, sure. This is just a 2 mana 2/2, basically. And, I mean, look at the art on this. That is the most absurdly elegant, decorated crowbar. You would never use this to pry anything in reality. We have a Disciplined Duelist, a 2/1 human citizen for green, white, blue with double strike, and it enters with a shield counter on it. Fine, I guess. Attacks for 4, basically, and survives 1 combat. We have Knockout Blow, an instant for 2 and white, and costs 2 less if it targets a red creature. Knockout Blow deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, and you gain 2 life. Doesn't seem great. We have Patch Up, a sorcery for 2 and white, returns 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. So that's a nice flexible reanimation spell for small creatures there. I could see it being playable. We have a Tramway Station, part of that sacrifice to draw a card cycle for black and red. Very pretty art on this one as well. Next up, I believe, is going to be the rare. Yep, Fleetfoot Dancer. We got the art card of that. It's a 4/4 Elf Druid for 1 red, green, white with trample, lifelink, and haste. I mean, that's probably very good and limited. Just a strong attacker there. And lastly, we have our foil, Attended Socialite, a 2/1 Elf Druid for 1 and a green with Alliance. Whenever a creature enters under your control, this gets +1/+1 until end of turn. What is that on this Socialite's shoulder? It looks like a cross between a cat and a donkey. That's very odd. But anyway, very pretty foil. Again, I'm a sucker for foil watermarks. Quick edit there. I had to adjust my position. I was sitting at a bit of an awkward angle, and I underestimated how tiring a long recording like this would become in that position. Alright, it seems we have another minigame. Strictly Better. Okay, don't really care. Our art card is Luxior, Giada's Gift. Oh, I know that's a gorgeous card. Yeah, look at that. Very nice card. Well, very nice art. We have a full art plains. This is easily the most Metropolis looking artwork in this set. Ah, that is gorgeous. We have Rafine's Informant, a 2/1 human wizard for 1 and white. When it enters the battlefield, it connives. Simple but effective. Rafine's Guidance. I guess we're getting the Rafine pack. Basic plains, an Informant, a Guidance. This is an aura enchantment for 1 white. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1, and you can cast it from your understand, but sure. We have Deal Gone Bad, an instant for 3 and a black. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. Target player mills 3 cards. I guess that's fine. We have Run Out of Town, an instant for 3 and a blue. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it on top or bottom of their library. That's pretty solid removal, honestly. I mean, it's 4 mana, but it's instant speed. Gets around indestructible. Doesn't seem half bad. We have Metropolis Angel. That is definitely a cool name, considering I've referenced Metropolis. It's a 3/1 Angel Soldier for 2, a white and a blue with flying, and whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures with counters on them, draw a card. So that goes with the connive mechanic of this set, where they connive and get +1/+1 counters, or all the cards that give you shield counters. That's pretty neat. We have a Vampire Scrivener. I'm not familiar with that word. It's a 2/2 Vampire Warlock for 4 and a black with flying. Whenever you gain life during your turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. And the same is true if you lose life during your turn. I mean, at 5 mana, this is probably not gonna come out on time and get big enough to really have an impact, but the idea is interesting. Oh, that artwork is so cool. Wow. Just take a look at that. The symmetry on that. The style. Wow. That is probably my favorite artwork of the set so far. It's a sorcery for a single black mana with casualty 1. Choose a target creature or planeswalker. If it was dealt non-combat damage this turn, Grisly Sigil deals 3 damage to it and you gain 3 life. Otherwise, Grisly Sigil deals 1 damage to it and you gain 1 life. That doesn't seem particularly strong, but the art's pretty, so I'm gonna put that one aside to put in my binder of pretty artwork. We have a Corpse Appraiser, a 3/3 Vampire Rogue for blue-black-red. Is that the first blue-black-red card we've gotten? That seems very unlikely. When this enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target creature card from graveyard. If you exile a card that way, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put them into your hand. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. I mean, as an additional effect on a 3 mana 3/3, that's probably fine. We have a Showcase Frame Cormella Glamour Thief, a 2/4 legendary Vampire Rogue for 1 blue-black-red with haste. For 1 mana and tap this, you can add blue-black-red. Spend this mana only to cast instant and or sorcery spells. And when this creature dies, return up to 1 target instant or sorcery from your graveyard to your hand. That seems pretty good, actually. Especially for an uncommon. Intriguing. Our rare is Cabaretti Ascendancy, an enchantment for red, green, white. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature or planeswalker, you may reveal it, put it into your hand. If you don't put it into your hand, you may put it on the bottom of your library. I mean, it's selective card draw. I suppose that's fine. And our foil is Evelyn the Covetous, a 2/5 legendary Vampire Rogue for 2, and then hybrid blue-black, black, and black-red with flash. When this or another vampire enters under your control, exile the top card of each player's library with a collection counter on it. Once each turn, you may play a card from exile with a collection counter on it if it was exiled by an ability you controlled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. That seems very commander-coded to me. Not particularly strong, I would say. Oh yeah, there's one of those fish I like so much. Let's go. And on the back, oh look at that, an bad for Secret Lair. That's what we love to receive around here. Our art card is Skyway Robber. Probably goes that way, I suppose. Nice detailed artwork. It's neat. A basic plains. Social Climber, a 3/2 human druid for 2 and a green with Alliance, so when another creature enters under your control, you gain 1 life. That's a simple but quite popular effect, I'd say. We have Antagonize, an instant for 1 in red. Target creature gets +4/+3 until end of turn. About as basic of an effect as you can get, but quite strong, I suppose, for what it is, although it costs 2 instead of 1 like Giant Growth. We have Plasma Jockey, a 3/1 Viashino Warrior for 3 in red. Whenever it attacks, target creature and opponent controls can't block this turn, and has Blitz for 2 in red. Blitz is the mechanic of the Jund faction in this set, which means you cast it for its Blitz cost. It comes in with haste, and you sacrifice it at the next end step, and then you draw a card. Well, not technically. You draw a card when the creature dies, so it doesn't have to be sacrificed at the end step for you to get that draw. It's a nice, aggressive mechanic. I'm quite fond of it. Said the NZ player. We have a Jackhammer, an equipment for 1 in red that equips for 2, and the equipped creature gets +2/+0. That is about as simple as equipments can get. We have a Mage's Attendant, a 3/2 cat rogue for 3 in white, and when it enters you create a 1/1 blue wizard creature token with 1. Sacrifice this creature, counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1. Intriguing. I mean, this effectively gives you a very weak counterspell in mono white. That's interesting on its own. Oh, cool. We have a Rumor Gatherer, a 2/1 elf wizard for 1 white with Alliance, so whenever a creature enters under your control, scry 1, but if it's the second time this ability resolves, you draw a card instead. I think this is a really cool card. If you're running anything in white where you make a lot of tokens, this is basically just an extra draw every turn. Really nice card. We have Darling of the Masses, a 2/4 elf citizen for 2 green-white. Other citizens you control get +1/+0, and whenever this creature attacks, create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. That certainly seems like it supports a nice go-wide token strategy quite well. We have a Showcase Frame Glamorous Outlaw, a 4/5 Vampire Rogue for 3 blue, black, red, very expensive creature. When it enters, it deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you scry 2. And then it can also do the whole turn a land into a triumph thing. Interesting. The cycle seems kind of weak, if I'm being perfectly honest. They're just so expensive. Although I guess if you just activate this on turn 2, it gives you color fixing until you can actually cast it from exile. So maybe these were fine. Probably good and limited. We have almost dropped that card. A Cabaretti Charm, an instant for red, green, white. Choose 1. Cabaretti Charm deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to target creature or planeswalker. Or creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample until end of turn. Or create 2 1/1 citizens. Another pretty decent charm from my estimation. Our rare is Wiretapping, an enchantment for 4 and a blue with Hideaway 5. So when this enters, you look at the top 5 of your library, exile 1 face down, and put the rest on the bottom in a random order. And then every Hideaway card, I think every Hideaway card does it, where you can then cast the card if conditions are met. Whenever you draw your first card during each of your draw steps, draw a card. Then, if you have 9 or more cards in hand, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. I don't think that's very good. And our foil is a Refuse to Yield. That's quite pretty as foil, actually, the way the foiling looks on that shield glass stuff. That's pretty. Putting that in my pretty art folder binder later. Oh wow, we've been recording for quite a while already. No token, so we're getting on the list card. And we have Meeting of the Five. Oh wow, that is gorgeous. Really, really cool art style. And then we've got a basic island. Demon's Due. An instant for 3 and a black. Scry 2, then draw 2 cards. You lose 2 life. Simple, classic black effect. Murder. The most classic black effect. An instant for 1 black, destroy target creature. Simple, effective removal. Witness Protection. Oh, that's a great card. It's an aura. For 1 blue, you enchant a creature, which then loses all abilities and becomes a citizen named Legitimate Business Person. This is one of those cards in Commander where you can just turn someone's commander into a useless little creature. It's quite strong, but people don't like having it cast on their commanders. We have Make Disappear, an instant for 1 and blue with casualty 1. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. That is very strong. Yeah, it doesn't even specify non-creature. That seems really good. We've got a Ceremonial Ground Breaker, an equipment for 1 green white. It equips for 3, but it equips to citizens for 1. Interesting. And the equipped creature gets +2/+1 and has trample. Alright. We've got Take to the Streets, a sorcery for 4 and a green. Creatures you control get +2/+2 until end of turn. Citizens you control get an additional +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. Okay. I don't know if that's particularly strong unless you're specifically making tons of citizen tokens. Voice of the Vermin, a 2/2 human citizen for 4 and a green. And it enters with a shield counter. And whenever it attacks, target creature you control has base power and toughness 4/4 until end of turn. Interesting. We have Rakish Revelers. I like the symmetry on the art here. That's a... Oh, we've seen this before. Yeah, this is just the showcase variant of that Triome creature. Alright, that's cool. We've got Crows, Defense Contractor, a 2/4 legendary cat advisor. For 1, a green, a white, and a blue. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a shield counter on target creature an opponent controls. That's going to be an interesting card, alright. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature you don't control, tap that creature and goad it. It gains trample until your next turn. That is pretty neat. And then we have, oh, nice, Arcane Bombardment, an enchantment for 4 red. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery each turn, exile an instant or sorcery from your graveyard at random. Then copy the exiled card. With Arcane Bombardment, you may cast any number of copies without paying their mana costs. That seems kind of crazy. And we have a foil, Join the Maestros. Again with that cool watermark on the foiling. Ah, love that. Sorcery for 4 and a white, 4 and a black, sorry, with casualty 2. And it just makes a 4/3 Ogre Warrior token. That's a bit underwhelming. And then our list pull, I believe, is... Oh, wow. Days Undoing. That is cool. A sorcery for 2 and blue. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards. If it's your turn, end the turn. That's cool. That is a really cool pull. Looks like we get another list card. And art card, Divot, Seller of Secrets. I believe this is a popular commander. and it's one of those signed ones, which is really just stamped with some foil. We got a full art forest, and a sewer crocodile, a 4/6 crocodile for 5 and a blue. For 3 and a blue, you can make this unblockable for a turn. This ability costs 3 less to activate if there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard. That is a weird effect. We have a high-rise Sawjack, a 2/3 elf citizen for 2 and a green with reach, and when it blocks a creature with flying, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Kind of a weak one there. We have Broken Wings, an instant for 2 and a green, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Yeah, that is classic green anti-flying there. Wrecking Crew, a 4/5 human warrior for 4 and red with reach and trample. We're getting some really simple basic cards in this pack, huh? Never mind. There is a classic novel of rules text. Sizzling Soloist, a 3/2 human citizen for 3 and a red with alliance. When another creature enters under your control, target creature an opponent controls can't block this turn. If it's the second time this ability is resolved this turn, that creature attacks during its controller's next combat phase if able. Interesting. Luxurious Liberation, an instant for X and green. Target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn. Create a 1/1 citizen and creature token. I mean, it's fine, I suppose. Not great, not terrible. We've got Rocco Caperetti Caterer, a 3/1 legendary elf druid for X red green white, and when it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you may search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Alright, so it's a creature tutor. Seems okay. Then we've got ourselves a Rocco Caperetti Caterer in the showcase frame. The black or blue version of this sacrifice to draw a card land cycle. An undercover operative, a 0/0 shapeshifter rogue for 2 blue. You may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature except it enters with a shield counter on it if you control that creature. Alright, decent clone, I suppose. A foil Ready to Rumble. Interesting name for a card, not sure how you vibe with that. That's a sorcery for 4 and red. Choose one. Deal 5 damage to target creature, planeswalker, or destroy target artifact. Simple removal. And our next list pull. No way it's going to live up to the first 2. What the heck is that? Sophina Spear Sage Deserter, a 4/4 legendary human soldier with 4/2 red-white with menace. When it attacks, investigate once for each non-token attacking creature, and it has friends forever. You can have 2 commanders if both have friends forever. So I believe that means this is a reskin of one of those Stranger Things Secret Lair cards. Seems kinda weak, not gonna lie. And our 12th pack. Yes, we're only a third of the way through this booster box. I might have to turn this into a 2-parter. We've got a rogue creature token. Our art card is a Speakeasy Server. We've pulled that guy. We've got a foil basic mountain. Nice. And we have Fake Your Own Death, an instant for 1 and black until end of turn. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains. When this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, and you create a treasure token. Okay, so this is basically, what's that card called? Oh, I don't remember. It does the same thing for just a black mana, it doesn't make a treasure. And we have Buy Your Silence, a sorcery exile target non-land permanent, its controller creates a treasure token. That is a significantly weaker version of Swords to Plowshares. We have a Midnight Assassin, a 1/2 vampire assassin for 2 and a black with flying and death touch. That is a very simple card. Mayhem Patrol, a 1/2 devil warrior for 1 in red with menace. When it attacks, target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn, and it has Blitz for its exact same mana cost, so you can choose if you want it to be hasty and sacrificed, or just come in and stay for its effect in future turns. We have Rogue's Gallery, a sorcery for 2 and a black. For each color, return up to 1 target creature card of that color from your graveyard to your hand. That doesn't seem particularly powerful. We have another Cormella Glamour Thief, a Maestro's Charm. Very nice. I like charms. I think they're neat. This one is an instant for blue, black, red, and you can choose. Look at the top 5 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. Or each opponent loses 3 and you gain 3. Or Maestro's Charm deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Seems decent enough. Okay, our showcase is a Maestro's Charm. Refer to 15 seconds ago if you want to know what that does. Our rare... Nope, never mind. We get another showcase, Botanical Plaza. And then we get a rare. Widespread Thieving, an enchantment for 2 and red with Hideaway 5. Whenever you cast a multicolored spell, create a treasure token. Then you may pay Woburg. If you do, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Could be worse. We have, oh nice, foil exotic pets. I don't know why I'm so enamored with these fish, but I am. Putting that in my cool art pile. Alright, I'm going to take a brief recording break to drink some water, and then we'll do the rest of the box a little quicker. And we're back. Considering it's taken me nearly an hour, if not more, to open a third of the box, I'm going to do the rest a lot quicker. Because I don't know, maybe you want a 3-hour video, but I don't have that kind of energy. Alright, the citizens look back. Very nice. Our art card is a Plasma Jockey. Pulled that earlier. We have a Basic Mountain, Rooftop Nuisance, Expendable Aki, Echo Inspector, Security Bypass, the very blue pack, Freelance Muscle, Cleanup Crew, Stimulus Package. Alright, I'm not familiar with this one. An enchantment for 2 and a red and green. When it enters, create 2 treasures, sacrifice a treasure to make a citizen. Okay, sure. Riveteer's Charm in the showcase frame. Very nice. Skybridge Towers, the white-blue version of these lands. Riveteer's Ascendancy. I think I'm going to read either the good cards or the rares, or, both, ideally. This is an enchantment for black, red, green. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, you may return target creature from your graveyard with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Do this only once each turn. Basically, this just synergizes with the Blitz mechanic that the Riveteers have. It's a pretty cool card. And then we have Killshot, foil. Oh cool, a treasure token. Very pretty. And then on the back we have the Brokers. Read the fine print. Our art card is Gyada, Font of Hope. Very pretty art. Is that Scott M. Fisher? Good job on that, Mr. Fisher. Ready to Rumble, Body Dropper, Girder Goons. That name has become a lot more unfortunate in recent years. Join the Maestros. Security Rocks. Bouncers Beatdown. Venom Connoisseur. Angelic Observer. A Broker's Charm Showcase. Corpse Explosion. That's not even a good rare. And Capenna back on the list. Elspeth Resplendent. Oh, wow, that is really cool. I'd love to actually pull this card and put it in my binder. We have a nice full art mountain. I really like the full art lands in this set. A corrupt court official. Disdainful stroke. Oh, I didn't know that was in this set. That's cool. Ominous parcel. Swooping protector. Wing shield agent. Illuminator virtuoso. Racer's ring showcase. Brazen upstart showcase. Mari the killing quill. Okay, what is this? A 3/2 legendary vampire assassin for 1 black. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, exile with a hit counter on it. Assassins, mercenaries, and rogues you control have death touch, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a hit counter from a card that player owns in exile. If you do, draw a card and create 2 treasure tokens. That seems like an interesting card to build around. I might try and make a commander deck of that. Oh, nice. We've got our Triome. Rafine's Tower, a Plains Island Swamp, enters tapped, and you can cycle it for 3. Really nice. These lands are so good. Probably my second favorite lands to run in Commander. We have a Black Market Tycoon foil. That's a rare. That's nice. 2/2 Cat Rogue for red and green. At the beginning of your upkeep, Black Market Tycoon deals 2 damage to you for each treasure you control, and you can tap it to make a treasure. Oh, that is neat. I'm a fan of that. And yeah, our list pull here. Elmar Ulvenwald Informant, a 3/2 legendary human for 1 red and green with haste. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, untap target creature, then investigate. And it has friends forever. So it's another one of those. I'm not a big fan of Universes Beyond. So theoretically that should make me happy, but I mean, the flavor of an Innistrad creature having friends forever still just doesn't work. And we're back with another minigame. Demon's Due. We have a Broker's Veteran art card. A Foil Island. Dig Up the Body. Maestro's Initiate. Obscura Initiate. Broker's Initiate. Alright, calm down. Torch Breath. Thank you for not continuing the cycle. Broker's Charm. Nice. Like I said, I like charms. Cabaretti Charm. Okay, this pack is weird. Obscura Charm. What is this pack? Cabaretti Charm. What is this pack? I mean, seriously, what are we doing here? Evolving Door. I don't think I know this one. An artifact for 2 and a green. 1 tap, sacrifice a creature. Count the colors of the sacrificed creature, then search your library for a creature card that's exactly that many colors plus 1. Exile that card and shuffle. You may cast the exiled card. Yeah, I'll stick to Birthing Pod, thank you. And we have a foil Elegant Entourage. Oh wow. Again with the symmetrical art and the foil watermark. This is exactly the kind of thing I like. Alright, we've got another one of these shield counter things. Let's go. Big fan of that. We have Obnixilis the Adversary. Oh wow, that's different from the art we pulled though, isn't it? That is really cool. Man, I want to pull the actual cards, not these weird art cards. Basic Plains. Incriminate. Extract of the Truth. Glamorous Outlaw. Call in a Professional. Rafine's Silencer. Whack. Rakish Revelers. Cormella the Glamour Thief. Tramway Station. Workshop War Chief is our rare. That is a 5/3 Rhino Warrior for 3 green with trample. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. When it dies, you create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token, and it has Blitz for green. So this is doing its best Thragtusk impression. Gotta commend the effort. And, oh yeah, I forgot these are in the set as well. Another cycle of lands for all the factions is their locations, which they sacrifice themselves automatically when you play them. And then you search for a basic land of their respective colors. That's kind of neat, but they're a bit weak. We have a treasure token with the Obscura. Information is power. That is really neat. One of my favorite decks, I think I've mentioned this before, is an Obscura commander. So this is going somewhere. Our art card is Rafik of the Mini. Didn't realize that was in this set. That's weird. Basic Swamp, Shattered Seraph, Crooked Custodian, Cutthroat Contender, Night Clubber, Fairy Vandal, Hypnotic Grifter, Illicit Shipment, Nimble Larcenist Showcase, Shattered Seraph Showcase. Wow, this artwork is so cool. Look at that. I love the rendering on that one. That is gorgeous. Who did the art on that one? Aaron Vest. I haven't heard of that artist before. I might have to look into them. We have Ginny Faye Jetmir's Second, a 3/3 legendary elf druid for hybrid green-red, a green, and a hybrid green-white. If you would create one or more tokens, you may instead create that many 2/2 green cat creature tokens with haste, or that many 3/1 green dog creature tokens with vigilance. Yeah, this strikes me as a card designed for Commander. Not a big fan of just token spam as a strategy. And then we have another Gala Greeters in foil. Interesting that the watermark on this one doesn't really pop like the others do. That's quite strange. Could put that there though, it's a foil rare. That's pretty cool. And then it's time for another minigame. Strictly Better. So we've pulled the same 2 minigames twice. Might only be 2 in the set. Kit Kanto Mayhem Diva. There's a cat goal for all the anime fans out there. We have a Full Art Plains, Cabaret Initiate, Riveteer's Initiate. I see we're doing this again. Riveteer's Overlook, Tainted Indulgence, Syndicate Infiltrator, Suspicious Bookcase, Obscure Charm Showcase, Spara's Adjudicators Showcase. Quite like that art, gonna put that aside. Another showcase card, what the heck? Mr. Orfeo the Boulder, Black Market Tycoon, non-foil this time, and a foil Exhibition Magician. So, within the last couple packs there, we've pulled, I would assume, an entire cycle of these initiates. Right? Yep. There you go. That's weird. And they happened across just 2 packs. Some strange collation going on there. We have ourselves a Spirit Token. And on the back is another ad for Secret Lair. Everyone's favorite way to not get cards. Our art card is a Wing Shield Agent. And we've got a foil Full Art Plains. Very nice. Case the Joint. Masked Bandits. Jewel Thief. Quick Draw Dagger. And focus, it looks a bit blurry to me. Riveteer's Charm. Crew Captain, Mr. Orfeo the Boulder, Waterfront District Showcase, Quasar Augur of Agonies Showcase. Shakedown Heavy is our rare. That's a pretty strong card. It's a 6/3 Ogre Warrior for 2 and a black with Menace, and when it attacks, the defending player may have you draw a card. If they do, you untap this and remove it from combat. So either you get a 3 mana super beater, or you get some card draw. That's a pretty good card. And a foil Night Clubber. It doesn't come across on camera what I said about the watermarks here. Like, compare this, the way it shines and reflects, compared to the text box around it, versus the Golic readers here, where that's just flat. It's very odd. Alright, seems like we're getting another list pull. And I'm getting the Beamtown Bullies art card. That sure is a commander that I have encountered once or twice. Basic Island, Broker's Hideout, Obscura Storefront, Maestro's Theater. Okay, we're getting another round of Weird Collation. Cabaret Courtyard. That is 4 out of 5 in one pack, back to back. That is very silly. A Graveyard Shift. Wow, that art is really cool. Check that out. The colors on that just really pop. Big fan of that. Tell you what, that's going in the cool art pile. We've got a Forge Boss, Fatal Grudge, Skybridge Towers Showcase, Cabaret Charm, Devilish Valet, very nice. That's a good pull, I'd say. Devilish Valet is a 1/3 Devil Warrior for 2 and a red with Trample and Haste. And whenever another creature enters under your control, double its power until end of turn. This gets out of hand really quickly. Now we've got a Majestic Metamorphosis foil, very pretty, and our list card. Wow, okay, that is quite the pull. Especially following our Ixalan double feature. The Zakama Primal Calamity, a 9/9 legendary Elder Dinosaur for 9 mana with Vigilance, Reach, Trample. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap all your lands. And then for 2 and either red, green, or white, you can Lightning Bolt, Disenchant, or Healing Salve yourself. That is a strong card. Wow. We have ourselves another treasure from the Maestros. That art is really neat. Crime is an art form. I'm not sure most people would agree with that. Our art card is Giada Font of Hope again. We have a wrong pile. Full art foil forest. Lots of F's there. Sticky Fingers. Or as he's known internationally, Zipperman. Most Wanted. Cool art, honestly. Big fan of that. Daring Escape. Big Score. That's quite playable. Pugnacious Pugilist. I believe that's pronounced. I don't know. Let's be real here. Most of us haven't heard that first word outside of Magic. Pyre Sledge Arsonist. Glittering Stockpile. Masked Bandits Showcase. Lagrella the Magpie. That's a new one there. We haven't pulled one of those yet. Our rares is Maestro's Ascendancy. An enchantment for the Maestro colors. Once during each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery from your graveyard by sacrificing a creature in addition to paying its other costs. If a spell cast this way would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. Seems alright. And our foil is a Deal Gone Bad. We are now officially 2/3 of the way through, so I'd say the middle third went by quite a bit quicker thanks to the other way of opening where I don't read every single card. I think this might be how I do future booster boxes though. Should result in a decently long video, which I know people like in ASMR. What the heck is this? Be the best player in the room. Oh, it's an ad for Arena. Okay, no thank you. We have a Flawless Forgery, Basic Forest, Jetmire's Fixer, Gilded Pinions, very pretty. Just the Art Deco stuff, like I said, it's my kind of thing. Revelation of Power, Paragon of Modernity. Wow, that art is so cool. With the glass wings, look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. That's definitely going in the cool art pile. Involuntary Employment. Yeah, been there, buddy. Rob the Archives. Nimble Arsonist. I think that's her first one, not in the showcase frame. Glamorous Outlaw. Obscura Interceptor. It's another art by Aaron Vest. Is it Vest or Yest? Font's a bit small and my eyes aren't what they used to be. A 3/1 Cephalid Wizard for 1 white, blue, black with flash and lifelink. When it enters, it connives, and when it connives this way, return up to 1 target spell to its owner's hand. That seems very strong, actually. Quite impressed by that. And we've got the Maestro's Diabolist, a 1/4 Vampire Warrior for blue, black, red with Death Touch and Haste. When it attacks, if you don't control a devil token, create a tapped and attacking 1/1 devil token that deals 1 damage to any target when it dies. Alright, that seems solid. And our foil is a Metropolis Angel. We've got another batch of shield counters that can go in the not cards pile. We have Jetmir, Nexus of Revels, art card. Fullard Island, Waterfront District, Snooping Newsy, Tramway Station, Quasar, Augur of Agonies. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. In white, blue, black, that seems quite doable, and it's a legendary. You know, I'm going to put that aside, maybe build a commander deck around that someday. Sounds interesting. Scuttling Butler, Lagrella the Magpie, Crew Captain, Rakish Revelers, Incandescent Aria, a sorcery for red, green, and white, deals 3 damage to each non-token creature. So that goes quite well with what these colors do in this set. Make a lot of tokens, and then this basically ruins everyone else's day. A Mysterious Limousine, a 4/4 artifact vehicle for 3 white. When it enters or attacks, exile up to 1 target creature until Mysterious Limousine leaves the battlefield. If a creature is put into exile this way, return each other card exiled with it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and it accrues for 2. So this could be some emergency spot removal, or it could be a flicker engine for your own creatures. That seems pretty cool. And a foil big score. Nice. Always cool to get playable cards in foil. We are getting another list card. Skyboon Evangelist. Oh, also pretending to be signed, but is just stamped. Basic Mountain. Celebrity Fencer. Hold for Ransom. Kill Shot. Broker's Veteran. Unlucky Witness. Riveteer's Decoy. Riveteer's Requisitioner. Dusk Mangler. Obscure Charm. Let's go Unlicensed Hearse. A Star artifact vehicle for 2, which you can tap to exile 2 target cards from a single graveyard. Unlicensed Hearse's power and toughness are equal to the number of cards exiled with it, and it accrues for 2. I really like this card. Broker's Ascendancy in foil. Very nice. It's an enchantment for green, white, blue. At the beginning of your instep, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. I would imagine this is probably a pretty popular card in +1/+1 counter commander decks. Next up should be our list card then. Oh my god, it's another one of these. Sorry, it's just the first thing I read when I pulled it up was Friends Forever. This is Bjorna Nightfall Alchemist. A 1/3 legendary human for blue-red. Tap and sacrifice an artifact. Bjorna deals 1 damage to target creature. Go with that creature. I don't think that's particularly strong, but it sure counts as rare. Alright, we've got ourselves another minigame. Nope, we've got ourselves another Demon's Due. Mari the Killing Quill art card. We already pulled you as real card. Basic Island, Halo Scarab, Capenna Express, Gilded Pinions, Strangle, Out of the Way, Slip Out the Back. That is really good uncommon. 1 blue for an instant, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It phases out. Just protects one of your creatures from anything for a turn. Putting that in the cool stuff pile for sure. Public Enemy. Great art. Putting that in the art pile. Henzi, Toolbox, Torre, the man himself. I'll read you this when I show you my Henzi deck in the future. Rafine, Scheming Seer. Now that is a pull. It is a 1/4 legendary Sphinx Demon for white, blue, and black with flying and ward 1. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature connives X, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Yeah, that definitely goes in the cool stuff pile. And our foil is a Snooping Newsy. Alright. We have ourselves another Brokers. Was this Maestros last time? Nope, they're different artworks. Never mind that. Another treasure token. And hello, the Painter. It looks distinctly like a vampire to me. We have a foil Forward Swamp, Majestic Metamorphosis, Inspiring Overseer, Botanical Plaza, a little chat, an offer you can't refuse, that's going into the cool stuff pile. Sleep with the Fishes, Cement Shoes, Glamorous Outlaw, Scheming Fence. That is a rare. A 2/3 human citizen for white-blue. And when it enters the battlefield, you choose non-land permanent. Activated abilities of the chosen permanent can't be activated. And this card has all activated abilities of the chosen permanent except for loyalty abilities. You may spend mana as though or mana of any color to activate those abilities. That seems pretty solid, actually. We have Void Rend, banger card. An instant for white, blue, black. Can't be countered. Destroy target non-land permanent. Tell you what, those are both going in the cool cards pile. And our foil is another Arc Spitter, which I've already deemed pretty weak. Oh, let's go. We've got a cat. Big fan of that. I like cats a lot. Racer's Ring, card we've seen a handful of times by now. A foil Plains, Spara's Adjudicators, Psionic Snoop, Celestial Regulator, Chaldea Strongarm, Tavern Swindler, Psychic Pickpocket, Exotic Pets, Disciplined Duelist, Spara's Adjudicators. Our rare is an Extraction Specialist. A 3/2 human rogue for 2 and white with lifelink. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature card with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature can attack or block as long as you control Extraction Specialist. Interesting. I can imagine a home for that in one of my decks. And then we've got a foil Showcase, Rakish Revelers. I think we're mostly getting duplicates at this point. Be the best player in the room. Play arena. No thank you. Sparrow's headquarters. Art card. A full art basic swamp. Skybridge towers. Prize fight. Rocks pummeler. Glitter monger. Courier's briefcase. Ballroom brawlers. Orc spitter. Corpse appraiser. Masked bandits. Next should be the rare. Ziatora's envoy. A 5/4 Viashina warrior for 1 black, red, green with trample. And whenever it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of your library. You may play a land from the top of your library or cast a spell with mana value less than or equal to the damage dealt from the top of your library without paying its mana cost. If you don't, put that card into your hand. Seems solid enough. Oh, and it has blitz for 2 black, red, green. Our foil is a Rocks Pummeler. And we're getting another list card, or more likely, another universes within printing. First of all, we have a Rumor Gatherer art card. Still a big fan of this card. Basic Lump, Sky Crier, Dapper Shieldmate, Civic Gardener, Attendant Socialite, Elegant Entourage, Brass Knuckles, Refuse to Yield, definitely getting mostly repeats at this point, Riveteer's Charm, Glamorous Outlaw, Bootlegger's Stash, one of the most overrated cards of all time, a foil Psionic Snoop, and our list card. Yep, that's gonna be another Friends Forever card. Oathhelm's Guardian Outcast. A 2/2 legendary human for 1 green white. For 2 when tap it, choose target creature card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Return it to the battlefield tapped. I mean, that's not half bad, honestly. I could see that being playable. Next up, we've got our second to last pack. So, after, what, an hour and a half total, we're finally nearing the end. If you're still awake at this point, sorry to hear that. Hope you get some rest. Our friend the Citizen is back. Our art card is, what the heck does that say? Parnes, the Subtle Brush. Alright, some kind of artist. Interesting. A Basic Plains, Racer's Ring, Goldhound, Chrome Cat, Raisin Upstart, Citizen's Crowbar. I feel like we've gotten this exact pack before. Disciplined Duelist, Quasar, Augur of Agonies, Shattered Seraph, Tenuous Truce, not actually a playable card. It's an aura that enchants an opponent for 1 and white. At the beginning of enchanted opponent's end step, you and that player draw a card. When you attack enchanted opponent or planeswalker they control, or when they attack you or planeswalker you control, draw a card. This is the kind of design I really enjoy for Commander. Things that lean into the multiplayer politics aspect. There's a gold card. We've got a Scheming Fence. And a foil Pyre Sledge Arsonist. Alrighty, last pack. We have a Spirit Token. Our art card is a Backup Agent. We have a Full Art Basic Forest. Civil Servant, Gathering Throng, Rakish Revelers, Metropolis Angel, Vampire Scrivener, Grizzly Sigil, Brazen Upstart, Waterfront District, our final rare. Nope, not yet. Rocco Cabradicator, and now our final rare of the day is nice, another trial. Ziatora's Proving Ground. Swamp, Mountain Forest, enters tapped, cycles for 3, very nice. And our final foil, Maestro's Charm, in the showcase frame. Very nice. So, our cool stuff pile is actually decently big at this point. We have, what, we pulled 2 Triumphs. That's pretty good. Void Rend is a banger removal card. Scheming Fence is interesting to build around. This is very playable. This is... Ravine is, one of the most sought after commanders from this set, I think. Slip Out the Back is just another staple. Quasar, I think I want to build around so that can go there. Zakama is just a huge pull. That can go there as well. Devilish Valet, very good card. Colic Readers, Night Clubber. Why on earth did I put that in this pile? Yeah, I don't think it's meant to be here. Mari seems like something to build around. Days Undoing is really neat. Sidisi is a card that I might just add into any of my black decks. Topiary Stomper, that's going, I guess I should go more in the art pile. Obnixilis, really nice pull as well. Witty Roast Master, great common. Depopulate, great removal. And Dusk Mangler, which I could see myself putting in a deck. An Offer You Can't Refuse, and the Box Topper Colic Readers. I'm quite happy with all these pulls. Plus, I've got a lot of cool artwork to just add to my random collection binder. Overall, I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too, if you're still awake. Again, I'm sorry, it's been quite a while. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.